I'm packing the caravan and going on my first trip with baby Reese. First trip in over a year. Packing took absolutely forever. I started yesterday. I had planned to leave by now and I'm still going. So I guess I'm not in the swing of things anymore. So let's get going. We have arrived at the campground and set up. Reese was still asleep in the car, so I threw everything together, ready to bring him into the caravan. He was pretty good the whole trip. It was like probably a 3-hour trip. He was probably awake for half an hour of it and getting grumpy, and luckily fell asleep again for the last bit. I'm curious to see what he goes for. So far, he has really liked the heater, which is covered in dust. Yeah. When I first opened the door, I saw that there was a whole lot of new dust and pebbles and stuff on the floor from being shaken all the way here. So I gave it another quick clean. I think that's going to be one of the issues with caravanning, is trying to keep the floor clean, since that's where he spends all his time. I just knew he'd find that cupboard straight away. It's the pots and pans cupboard. It's also a little bit dusty in there. I hadn't really bothered cleaning it there, hoping that he wouldn't really notice it. Yeah, it makes fun noise, doesn't it? Hey, hey, the camera. What I didn't share is that my brother got jealous when he learnt I was coming to the beach for 3 nights, so he's come for 2 nights. So we're going to go explore along the water. He's staying in a tiny cabin here. We spent the rest of the day just walking around and relaxing. Drool everywhere. For fear of waking my neighbours, Reese ended up spending the morning in my bed. I set up Reese's travel cot on the front seats and pulled out the slates, partly making the front bed. These travel cots are really not the easiest to dismantle. After much needed multiple cups of tea and breakfast, we headed to the main beach attraction. Heavy! This hill is never ending. Never ending. Never ending. Oh, that's pretty.
That didn't last long.
Not used to you filming.
It's cold. It's cold.
Nope, cold?
Cold.
Not as cold. This is actually a secret hot water beach. You dig a hole and you've got hot water at low tide generally. So a couple of other people who turned up dug this hole. Doesn't feel very warm. We don't really know where this perfect spot is. We might need to ask the campground owner. I think I'm actually going to shift the caravan over a metre just so there's a bit more room for the poor motorhomer next door. They just left for the day, had a quick chat with the guy, and he seemed oblivious that I'd been too close. So I don't feel that I have to, but I think it would be nicer for the both of us if I was a little bit further over. Then I can properly relax. I'm seriously out of practice. That seems better. About, what is, just a metre over really.
This is what a baby does in one day.
It feels just like the cabin, chaos everywhere. First full day touring in the caravan again, and I really enjoyed it. I really needed this break, I think, just to get away from the land for a bit. Change of scene, forgetting about the to-do list. Yeah. And I find travel, you look outwards, you stop looking inwards for a bit, which I think is good. I've kind of, I don't know, I've started thinking about what would I need to do to be more comfortable caravanning with Reese sometimes, and could we make it work with Hayden as well? Because last night I have realised how small the fitted bed is really. It's it's been quite a while since I've slept in that bed, and I'd forgotten that my feet touch the end. It is a bit small, and definitely too small for Hayden. Yeah. So I was thinking, do we quickly modify Hayden's bus for family holidays in the future, or I just had a thought that this is a full berth caravan, so me and Hayden could sleep at the front and we could put Reese's bed on my fitted bed. That might be a possible solution. I've been thinking about how to make it easier to go caravanning as a family, and now high on my wish list is installing a fitted grey water tank under the caravan. I think that would make life much more enjoyable. This door has been so handy, being able to divide it like that and keeping Reese in while letting airflow through. Yeah. And I didn't bring the baby chair with me because of space, so it's a little messy. So Andrew's off back home this morning.
That's so unfair.
Ha! Andrew's off home this morning, and it'll just be me and Reese for tonight. So it'll be a good kind of test to see what happens. Reese needs 2 naps a day, so it kind of works out perfectly to pop him in the car and go for a drive and explore the new area. Back home after a good old explore of the area. Reese is still asleep in the car, so I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and keep peeking out until he wakes up again. This really has been the best practice run ever, and so relieved it's kind of working out. Yeah, I feel confident that I can do this again. And I realised I didn't actually explain why Hayden isn't on this trip. He got a temporary job in town, which was part-time but has ended up really being full-time, and he doesn't know if he's got the day off till about the evening before. As I was sitting in the car while Reese napped, looking at the beautiful scenery, it crossed my mind that this could be a nice way to just pass the time. Because what I've been struggling with for the last few months is this, you kind of, I've felt stagnant, to be honest. Like you just kind of every day blends in, you really achieve anything substantial. So why don't I just caravan a bit more and enjoy sitting looking at beautiful scenery. Getting ready this morning has been an interesting challenge. Reese woke up at 6:30, so when he does that and doesn't fall back to sleep, he's generally grumpy till his next nap. So I've had a grumpy little baby while trying to sort out the caravan and get ready to go. It's going to be, I think, challenging doing the last packing up. Desperation, I think I'm going to put Reese in his car seat, but we managed to do majority of the pack up together. Just the last little connection, really. And we're home, and I must say I feel like that was a successful trip. We survived, figured out a few of the quirks, and yeah, here's to future trips.